Imagine for a moment that your bedroom is not just a place of rest, but a portal to an ancient primal world. Every night, as you drift into unconsciousness, a silent observer watches from the shadows, waiting for the exact moment your breath slows and your guard drops. It sounds like the beginning of a thriller, doesn't it? But for millions of us, this intruder is a small, purring creature we call a house cat. In August 2014, the Mayo Clinic Center for Sleep Medicine in Arizona conducted a study that didn't just collect data, it shattered the very foundation of how we perceive our nocturnal relationship with felines. They took 150 patients and plunged them into a 6-month experiment that revealed something so unexpected, so biologically profound, that it challenges the line between human and animal. What they discovered about those who chose to sleep with their cats isn't just about comfort. It's about a hidden, survival-based synchronization that is happening right under your covers while you dream. You are about to discover why that weight at the foot of your bed might be the most sophisticated biological anchor you've ever experienced. Welcome to the Felis clan, where we dive deep into the mysterious souls of our feline companions. If you find these revelations as captivating as we do, please subscribe to our channel. Your support is the heartbeat that allows us to continue uncovering these extraordinary stories for our feline-loving community. This Mayo Clinic revelation was the first step in understanding a phenomenon I like to call the subconscious mirror. When a cat settles against you, they aren't just seeking a soft pillow. They are performing an act of profound biological trust. Have you ever felt that strange, rhythmic harmony when your cat purrs against your chest? They are often synchronizing their very breathing with yours. This is a hauntingly beautiful echo of the wild, a relic of an era when cats survived by snoozing in groups for collective safety. Your modern, perhaps very urban bedroom suddenly becomes a prehistoric sanctuary. When your cat shares their body heat with you, they are handing you the keys to their survival. In the wild, sleep is the moment of ultimate vulnerability. By choosing you as their sleeping partner, they are identifying you as their pride, their protector, and their most trusted ally. It is a bridge of affection built in the silence of the night, stretching far beyond the simple interactions of the daylight hours. As that silent bridge of trust is built through the shared warmth of the night, we begin to realize that the benefits of this union transcend mere companionship, reaching deep into the very architecture of our rest and mental clarity. It is one thing to feel loved by a creature so notoriously independent, but it is quite another to witness the clinical transformation of one's own well-being. When the Mayo Clinic released their data, the most arresting figure wasn't just the participation rate, but the fact that 41% of individuals reported a definitive, measurable improvement in their sleep quality, specifically because of their pet's presence. I often think about one particular individual mentioned in these records, a soul tormented by the jagged edges of chronic insomnia. For them, sleep wasn't a sanctuary, it was a battlefield. Yet, on the nights their cat chose to anchor itself nearby, the battlefield fell silent. This isn't just anecdotal fluff. It is a testament to what I call the purr therapy effect, a rhythmic, low-frequency lullaby that speaks directly to the human nervous system in a language we are only just beginning to translate. To understand why this works, we have to look at the fascinating contradiction of the feline identity. By their very nature, cats are crepuscular, creatures designed to thrive in the violet shadows of dawn and dusk. Evolutionarily, they should be prowling while we are dreaming. However, these remarkably adaptable beings often perform a small miracle for us. They suppress their primal urge for midnight adventures to align their circadian rhythms with our own. This synchronization is a sacrificial act of love that promotes uninterrupted sleep for the human, creating a shared pocket of time where two different species operate as one biological unit. For those carrying the invisible, heavy burdens of the past, such as PTSD, this bond becomes a literal lifeline. There are therapy cats today specifically trained for the night shift, standing guard over patients whose dreams are often haunted by trauma. In the cold isolation of a flashback or a panic attack, the physical weight and the consistent, vibrating hum of a cat act as a nocturnal comfort. This vibration isn't just a sound, it is a grounding mechanism. When you are lying there, staring at the ceiling and feeling weighed down by the shadows of yesterday or the paralyzing worries of tomorrow, the cat functions as a gentle anchor. They pull you out of the abstract chaos of your mind and tether you back to the physical reality of the now. It is no wonder that high-stress professionals, people whose brains are wired to never switch off, report a profound decrease in anxiety symptoms once they invite a feline into their nightly routine. This isn't just about having a pet. It's about a symbiotic emotional regulation that turns a chaotic bedroom into a fortress of calm, proving that the most effective medicine sometimes doesn't come in a pill, but in a soft, breathing form at the foot of your bed. While this emotional sanctuary provides a fortress for the mind, the true miracle of our feline companions manifests in the very cells and fibers of our physical bodies, acting as a form of biological biohacking that science is only beginning to truly comprehend. It is one thing to feel a sense of calm, but it is quite another to witness a cat's presence literally mending broken bone and toughening the human heart against the silent threats of modern life. I often reflect on the remarkable story of a cat owner who, while recovering from a grueling surgery, noticed a pattern that defied conventional logic. Every time their cat pressed its warmth against the surgical site, the searing pain would recede into a dull, manageable hum, and the wound itself seemed to close with a speed that left doctors scratching their heads. This wasn't a mere coincidence. It was the result of a specific physical phenomenon known as vibrational medicine. When a cat settles in to sleep with you, they are bringing a sophisticated frequency generator directly into your bed. A cat's purr isn't just a sound of contentment. It is a therapeutic tool that vibrates between 20 to 140 hertz. This specific range is the sweet spot for human biology. It has been clinically linked to the regeneration of tissues and the strengthening of bone density. In the quiet of the night, while you are lost in dreams, your cat is effectively performing a non-invasive therapy session on your skeletal and muscular systems. The weight of that small body against yours is a living, breathing medical device that costs nothing but a bit of kibble and a lot of love. The implications for our long-term survival are even more staggering when we look at the data surrounding cardiovascular health. A profound, decade-long study revealed that cat owners possess a 30% lower risk of dying from a heart attack or stroke compared to those who live without a feline presence. It is as if the mere act of sharing a life and a bed with a cat recalibrates the human heart, shielding us from the fatal spikes of adrenaline and cortisol that define our high-pressure world. But perhaps the most poetic defiance of logic is what I call the allergy paradox. We often assume that fur and dander are the enemies of a healthy home. Yet the story of one American family notorious for their battles with allergies proves otherwise. By welcoming felines into their child's sleeping space from a young age, they didn't trigger a respiratory crisis. Instead, they initiated what scientists describe as an allergy boot camp. By exposing a developing immune system to these allergens during the hours of rest, the cat acts as a biological drill sergeant, buffing the child's natural defenses. This constant low-level exposure trains the immune system to be resilient rather than reactive. Instead of going into a red alert state at the sight of a speck of dust, the body becomes strong enough to shrug off what would typically cause a collapse. In this light, a cat is not just a roommate. They are a guardian of our physical longevity. A soft, purring shield against the frailties of the human condition that watches over us while the rest of the world is asleep. While your cat acts as a silent guardian of your physical health, the true success of this nocturnal partnership rests on a delicate foundation of mutual respect and psychological engineering that many owners unknowingly overlook. It is one thing to desire the healing presence of a feline, but we must understand that to a cat, the bedroom is a complex landscape of strategic territory. If you find your cat choosing a cardboard box or the top of a wardrobe over your soft duvet, it isn't a rejection of your affection. It is a calculated choice for the high ground advantage. Cats are masters of their environment, and sometimes our tossing, turning, or snoring creates a sensory overload that disrupts their primal need for a secure vantage point. For an aging companion, the physical climb to your bed might even become a barrier they can no longer bridge without a little help. To bridge this gap, we must first master the hygiene protocol, ensuring our shared sanctuary remains a place of healing rather than a source of crunchy surprises. This begins with a commitment to flea-free zones and a pristine litter area, alongside the daily ritual of grooming to manage the dander that settles into our sheets. Once the environment is clean, we move into the cozy stuff, the art of the cat magnet strategy. You can effectively rewrite your cat's nocturnal habits by using positive reinforcement, placing a small stash of treats by your bedside to reward every hop onto the mattress. By engaging in a vigorous play session just before the lights go out, you drain their crepuscular energy, ensuring they are primed for a deep snuggle rather than a midnight sprint across your face. The secret weapon, however, is acknowledging their need for a territory within a territory. Placing a specific fleece blanket or a low-heat heating pad in a dedicated corner of the bed provides an irresistible lure that mimics the warmth of a littermate. As we honor their independence and create these pockets of security, the bond deepens into something truly transcendental. But have you ever wondered why, even when you aren't sleeping, your cat seems to shadow your every move or stare at you from across the room? To understand the deeper layers of this feline devotion, you won't want to miss our next deep dive. Why does your cat keep checking in on you? Be sure to subscribe and stay with the Felis clan as we continue to decode the silent language of the creatures we love most.